What's up, Yins? Welcome back to Car Dad Build. This week we have ourselves a 2021 Kia Sorento X-Line all-wheel drive turbo. Let's go for a ride. Alright guys, let's do our walk around on the outside of the Sorento. And the first thing I want you guys to notice about this is the green color, the gunmetal wheels, the LED lighting, the stance, the overall look. This line here is super, super cool. And I love how the belt line goes straight back. And then you have the roof line sloping down. It's a very nice looking SUV. Kind of aggressive, a little bit rugged, maybe even off-road looking, but it also has good manners on the road, and it drives really nice. So it's kind of a mixture of it all. 20-inch wheels. Love the design of those wheels. And then look at these lights. I mean, does it get any better than that? You have the LED running light here. You have the LED triple beam, low beam, with the high beam. So it's a double beam, low beam, single beam, high beam. It comes on with those. This nice complete color LED on the side there. Look at that grille. Look how it's shaped. 3D, pushed in, upright. Very sharp. And I love this line for the hood that goes inside, not over the top. Usually you lift the hood up underneath here, but not with this one. It pops up and you can lift it up that way. LED fog lights as well. Cameras underneath the mirrors for your around the view parking assist. The X-Line badge on the side. Notice that it's a matte finish, not a glossy finish. It has the panoramic sunroof all the way back, but just an overall stylish SUV. I think it's better looking than the Santa Fe, in my opinion. And I love the upright taillight, LEDs, of course, both sides. And I love this detail, the Sorento name on the bottom of the tailgate. And that's where the button is as well to open the trunk. It's underneath here, it's right there. Right underneath the E. It could use some dual exhaust pipes, I have to say, but it's not bad looking. You know, if it had dual exhaust, it would be cool, but it's not bad the way it is. And I do like the Range Rover-esque spoiler in the back here with the slanted windshield in the back. No bumper again. I don't know why we're getting rid of bumpers, but there's the camera up underneath here. Let's take a look inside. All right guys, inside the Kia Sorento, buttons over here, fires up. Notice the gauges. These are all screens, no more analog gauges in there. And this has that same it takes the same design language as in the Hyundais and the Kias, all combined together to have this panel that comes across the dash. Really sharp. Love these vents. Love how these vents are designed. Designed very well. And down here, there's another one that kind of hits your knees, hits your legs. Storage compartment in the middle here folds up. You have your USBs in there, your heated and cooled seats here, cup holders, and all of your stuff here. So you have all of your different all-wheel drive controls, comfort, sport, smart, snow, eco, locking the differential, automatic stopping and starting you can turn that off, your heated steering wheel. This auto hold is for in traffic or like a drive-through or at a stop sign or a red, or not a stop sign, but a red light. It helps you, you know, you don't have to hold the brake the entire time. Hill descent control, parking brake, your cameras, and your parking assist. Here's where the key goes when I come in the car. Little compartment there as well. And then there's a large compartment in the middle here. Let's again look at this dash. Look at how everything's set up. I like the flanking vents. The steering wheel is in a great location. Leather wrapped steering wheel. And then the materials. So we have plastic, a little bit of leather wrapped, the faux wood grain. Everything's layered. Look at that door though. Look at how that door is layered with the hard plastic, the soft, the wood grain. Then you have the nice, really luxurious leather insert there with the pull, with the grab bar. And then in the cars, the Kia cars, this bump is on my knee and it's annoying in the cars, but it's not too bad in the SUV because we sit a little bit lower. So it's not terrible. And then there's a little cubby hole there, but it's also open. So you can't put anything too big in there. It'll fall out when you're driving. There's how you get your trunk open, your traction control, and your lane keep assist. Up here is your semi-autonomous cruise control and your settings. This toggles through your different screens up here, and it also toggles this way. Over here is your volume and all of that goodness. Bose sound system all over the place. Speaker down there. In the doors. Speakers everywhere. Let's take a look in the back. Oh wait, before we go in the back. This. When you have this up, this is the home screen. You can swipe to the side to get your different options there. You can also use this direct to wherever you want to be.
Touchdown for Darnell.
Back to the Navi, back to the map. So it's fairly seamless. Always a home button wherever you're at, so you can get back to this quiet screen, which gives you the date and the temperature, and it also gives you the navigation dot while you're driving around, which is kind of slick. But I like how this screen looks, works, feels very well made. And then you have your normal climate control stuff, which is all touch except for the temperature. You can move the temperature down and up with this toggle, and then you have your touch sensors for all the other options as well. Now let's go in the back. Jumping in the back seat. I left a bunch of stuff in here to show you guys because we've been living in this thing for the week. We have bottle holders down here, so you have like a big water bottle, it'll fit down in there. Same kind of idea with the cubby hole here, and then you have another cup holder up here with some bumpers to hold it in place. Back seat. This back seat slides forward, slides backwards. This button up here allows access to the back. Car seat fits in there fairly well. So does the booster seat. Down below you have your charging ports and your vents, charging ports, static seat belts. And I know I'm a big stickler for this stuff, but it matters when you have kids and they're able to buckle themselves in easily. It makes life a lot easier. And then there's these armrests. And listen, let me see if I get the camera here. Listen to this. That's all you're gonna hear. At least if you have kids like mine, you're gonna hear that all day long. So I usually just stow them away so they don't even know they're there. Look at all that stuff back there. Let's take a look. All right, now we're in back. Open the hatch. What do we have inside there? Hockey equipment, and lots of it. 2 bags, coach bag, extra clothes, water bottles. It all fits. Now that's with the seats down. So with the seats up, it's not that much room. It's literally the space right here, which would be this bag duffel bag, and maybe I could stack Joey's bag, you know, underneath this one. Willie's bag, I don't know where it would go, but we would have to figure that out if we needed to have 6 passengers. And that's what this is. It's a 6 passenger, 2, 4, and 6. 2 seats in the back. They each get cup holders and charging ports on both sides. It's a lot of room when there's kids sitting back here, but not adults. Adults couldn't fit back there. But for the use that I have for hockey equipment and whatnot, it's not a terrible cargo area. All right, Jens, couple things. Let's go over the Monroney, the numbers. And I also have some stats here from Kia that will shed some more light on things on this new Sorento. Now, we had the Sorento hybrid earlier in the year, and this is not the hybrid. This is the X-Line all-wheel drive with a 2.5 liter turbo. 311 pound-feet of torque is really good, really nice. And that new 2.5 is new for this model year. 281 horsepower, 311 pound-feet of torque, and it's 96 more horsepower than the outgoing model. But it does have the same 25 mpg that they rated at. Now let's look at what I'm averaging on the computer. The trip computer tells me I'm averaging 22.5. So 22.5, and they say 25. Not a bad mpg. The new all-wheel drive model gains 1 inch of ground clearance along with better approach and departure angles. So you can kind of take this thing on the trails a little bit. And it also features a locking center differential. Now, back to price and whatnot. This is the X-Line. The additional X-Line features that are included are the blind spot monitoring, the X-Line decals and the trim accents all over the car, 20-inch wheels, things like that. The rust interior package, which is these seats, that's an additional $200. Carpeted floor mats are also $200. So to start off, the MSRP on this X-Line all-wheel drive is $42,590. Adding a couple of those X-Line options like the seats, I mean, it came with black interior from the factory and they added these later on. So if you got the black interior, you would have got the $42,000 price. It bumps that up to $44,825. Not too bad. They say 24 mpg on the Monroney. I'm getting 22.5. It's give or take. It's not bad. Let's take it for a ride a little bit and talk about the responsiveness, because it's pretty responsive. So out on the road, and the first thing you're going to notice when you drive this car is the turbo and the shifting of the transmission and the balance of the steering and the handling. For an SUV, 6-passenger SUV, this thing handles really, really athletically, really, really well, and it's fairly quiet. The interiors are always going to be quiet on these new cars. They have the laminated glass, the insulated doors, you know, the tires, the suspension system, all those things add together to make a really quiet, well-rounded vehicle. But the Sorento, in this trim with this motor, has the get up and go. I mean, you heard it, almost 300 horsepower, over 300 pound-feet of torque. That's pretty good. And they're borrowing some technology from Audi and Volkswagen as far as the wet clutch design on their transmission. So it engages very well. And I mean, it pushes you into your seat. I mean, I step away from people at red lights and on the highway, on the on-ramp. I'm just walking away from folks, you know, and they're trying to get there, and I'm just pulling away from them. I mean, this thing moves. It's really fun to drive. All right, guys, so to finish this video up, a couple things I wanted to touch base on with this Kia. It's perfect car for a 4-member family, 5-member family. 6 gets a little bit tight just because of the back storage compartment is not quite as big with the seats up. With the seats down, or with one seat down, you still have plenty of room to store things, to haul equipment, groceries and whatnot. I'm gonna jump on the highway here just so you guys can see and hear the road noise or lack thereof. And the pickup is really, really nice on the highway. So let's go to the highway real quick, do a quick spin on there, and then we'll wrap this up. Getting on the highway, you guys can hear the lack of engine noise, lack of road noise. And it picks up real nice, that 300 pounds of torque. I mean, we're already at highway speed. And that's just one gear. Pretty fast, pretty smooth. The transmission's really, really nice. It is a little bit bouncy back and forth when you're in slow traffic. If you're inching forward in traffic, stop and go traffic, the clutch doesn't engage quite like you're used to. That's that wet clutch design that Audi and Volkswagen use. The Kia borrowed some of that technology. So you will find that. But 22.5 miles to the gallon, turbo, all-wheel drive, 6-passenger, captain's chairs. It's a nice SUV. It has some good value. And as you can see, there's a passenger in the back seat, and she wants to be on the video this time. So thanks for watching Car Dad Bill this week. Real cars, real people, real life. We'll see you guys next week.